What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Perfect Cell, and I'm back with a new playlist video. And I gotta say, last playlist was pretty solid as it had some R&B legends such as New Edition and Mariah Carey, and it also had Cordae making his debut. That's enough talk. Let's get into track number uno for the Part 11 playlist. And making their second appearance on this series, you have Mr. Daryl Hall and John Oates with one of their biggest hits, which I always thought this duo was like the white version of Outkast because for their time, I believe that they stood out as a duo would, and their audience was like no other. And even though I don't really play Grand Theft Auto Vice City as much, but I think this song was on the Vice City soundtrack on Emotions, I believe. I could be wrong, but yeah, this song right here is amazing because of the whole beat, the guitar riffs, and all of that. And the chorus, in my opinion, is some of the most notable chorus that I've ever heard. Subject matter is kind of complex when you think about it, because although the bass line is sort of upbeat, and the instruments and the guitar and all of this other stuff, this song is talking about two people, a man and a woman, drifting apart because the passion is no longer in their relationship, hence being out of touch. I think with the beat and the subject matter, it makes this a work of art. Alright, where are all my WWE fans at? Because you might not have heard this band Saliva, you probably not even seen what they look like, but you definitely heard this song before if you watch wrestling at all. And I must say, WWE was a key factor of showing me like the world of rock and roll, and showing me, just a side of music that I'm not used to. So every artist from Rage Against the Machine to Blackstone Cherry, Mercy Life, and this song here, I Walk Alone by Saliva, is like one of the most iconic entrances I ever heard in a wrestling entrance ever. Just in case if y'all don't watch wrestling at all, this is the Batista's entrance. Now I know y'all know who the Batista is. He's that red dude from Guardians of the Galaxy. I think he's in a couple of other movies too. Yeah, I remember this song used to come on when he walked in the ring, and then he just stops acting like he's shooting a machine gun, and then a bunch of fireworks just go do 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 do. I remember that. Like when you seen that entrance, you just couldn't wait for him to Batista bomb somebody. And here we have a track from a hip-hop legend, which many say is the king of rap. One of the best opening lines I ever heard. You know how it goes. I ain't a killer, but don't push me. Revenge is the sweetest joy next to getting. Man, those are some bars right there. And when I really think about it, like this right here, this track was what hip hop was becoming. Because around the late 90s, you had like the flashiness of like Puffy and Mace. Let's not forget MC Hammer. But that Hail Mary kind of shed the light on the hardcore style of hip hop, where the Lox and Rough Rider and many more rappers could be able to thrive in it. And here we have a track that made Triple X's career. Yes, I'm calling him Triple X. You already know I can't pronounce the man's name. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, my first impression of him, I thought that he was just gonna be Dookie Water. I'm not gonna front, but all I can say is this: I'm glad I didn't put no money on that. Because this dude right here was the truth, and I really believe in the span of 1 year, X garnered a massive fan base that no other rapper could do in that amount of time. And this is a bold statement right here, but I think that if he would have stayed alive, like by now, he would have been a rap icon. And this song, Look at Me, was a huge hit. His breakout song. And here we have the title track of the album that started Ice Cube's solo career. Now this track was the answer to the people that was ridiculing Cube for leaving NWA, saying that like, man, you left the baddest group, man. You finished, your career is over, and all this other stuff. And I think when Ice Cube dropped this album, it was a big FU to all the people who said that. I really think he definitely showed the world that he can find his success in the music industry without NWA. And the subject matter of the song is about him going on a robbing spree, robbing everybody in the hood, and then he goes to the suburbs, and then he gets caught up and arrested. If I'm not mistaken, this album was the birth of the Lynch Mob, the classic Lynch Mob. And this right here is probably the most uplifting track on this video, as the subject is about people in the world wanting to give up on their dreams because their journey didn't go as planned, and there's always a bunch of curveballs and up ahead of them. While the chorus is going to each individual's head, saying that it might not be such a bad idea if I never went home again. Although they talking about like the woes of like what people are going through, they also telling them like, hey, keep your head up, keep pushing, keep working hard. Most of all, don't let the fear of failure dictate your destiny. Here we have this modern West Coast banger produced by the West Coast juggernaut producer DJ Mustard. Mustard on the beat. You already know this joint is gonna be fire. And then you add 3 West Coast rappers like J-Rock, Schoolboy Q, and YG. Yeah, that's a hit right there. I love how each rapper introduced themselves in the hood that they're from. Well, except YG, but we already know what YG from. He from TTP 400 Piru. And you have Schoolboy Q, who's from 52nd Hoover Street. And then you have J-Rock, who's from Bounty Hunter and Watts. As they all introduced themselves, they're lit while doing it too. Especially Schoolboy Q when he said, "All my homie gang bangers. We keep the thumb between our 2 fingers." It's crazy because like before I even heard about this song, there was some dude who I met in Job Corps. He's from Hoover Street, and he does the same exact thing. He put the thumb between his index finger and his middle finger. He'd be like, "Shoot, Hoover all day." But anyways, this is all I got. This, I'm hoping to do a part 12 pretty soon. Well, I don't know when it's that gonna be, but yeah, this is your boy Perfect Cell. I'm Ghost. One love.
Sweet Mary J, Mary Kate, and Ashley, 2 twins rolled up. I think it was